Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode in our Korok Seed Master Mode Challenge excursion. We have officially crossed the 1/3 completion mark, and we are not slowing down as we've got 20 more seeds to collect in today's video. So if you're enjoying this series, don't forget to leave a like, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as we're coming up on 150 subscribers, and our channel's 1-year anniversary is just over a month away. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the seeds located within today's video. Now, the first couple of seeds that we're going to look at are located in the very cold mountain regions, and they are some of my least favorite seeds to track down because they involve melting a couple of these icebergs. They go a lot faster if you have things at your disposal, such as campfires that you can start up, but I only had the one piece of flint in my inventory, so for most of it, I just got to sit next to the iceberg with my flame weapon equipped and wait for it to regularly tick out. Was it the fastest way of getting them to break down and collect the seeds out of them? No, absolutely not. But it's what I had on hand without wasting too many other resources. Sure, I could have used my flame weapon to light a couple of extra campfires, or I possibly could have even used a fire arrow to speed up the process as well. But again, I was looking for resource conservation, and not swinging the sword around really helps to conserve the durability of said sword. I do appreciate, however, that it allows you to survive in very low temperature environments with little to no consequences from the weather, so that is a definite positive to holding an elemental weapon in your inventory as you're tracking down these seeds. But now that we are finished thawing out different Koroks to collect the seeds from, we've got a couple of other puzzle types to get to. And the first one that we are looking at is another one of our favorite little seed puzzles, where we need to walk this rock over from the forest glade a couple of paces to the east of this formation and drop it in place in order to collect the seed from said location. It's a little chilly, but at the end of the day, we get our reward, and that keeps us plenty warm. Seed number 305 is one of my favorite puzzle types, and this is one that I actually really do enjoy. Though this one was a little bit peculiar, because you see that there's this nice little path carved out for these boulders to roll down, and you'd think that would just plop it right into the hole, but you'll see that with my first attempt, the boulder skips right over the hole and right over the side of the cliff there. So I had to take a little bit of a different approach, and the approach that I decided on was hoping that I could chase down the boulder and grab it with my stasis rune. But that is a little bit harder to do with motion controls and with moving objects, so I was fortunate that even though I did not stasis out the rock, I was able to prevent it from rolling off the cliff, or I got lucky, I guess I should say, and it didn't roll off the cliff. Now, this did require some finer movement, which I won't bore you with the real-time version of, but using the Dragonbone spear that we picked up off of one of our enemies, we were able to get the boulder into the hole with relative ease. And that gets us the seed from this location. I really didn't want to have to reset that if I would have wasted the third boulder from the top of the ridge, so I'm glad that that worked out. Seed number 306 is a flower trail, and this is on a little island that actually hosts another seed. And this one, I really hated how it brought me over to the rock spire just to bring me right back off to the cliff that I just picked this flower up from. But it gets us the seed, and, well, hopefully we won't have to do another flower puzzle one for a minute, because they're really starting to annoy me with their repetitiveness. Now, the other seed that's on this island is another Korok pattern puzzle, and the rock is very easily walked from one side of the island to the other, where we pick up the seed with little to no problems there. And the fun with the pattern puzzles don't stop, because seed 308 is another one, and this one happens to be on a shoreline that you can pick up a couple of snails as well as razor claw crabs as well to increase your health and attack in terms of what you can pick up there, so really very much appreciated that from this shoreline here. I also like how you get temporarily damage immunity from picking up damage from your different enemies. Now, seed number 309 was interesting because I didn't actually get a chance to drop the seed. I accidentally threw it instead, but it still gave me the Korok. So I guess we take those? Seed number 310 I figured was going to be a little bit challenging, but that time trial it ticks down very slowly. You could saunter up to the peak of that mountain and probably still have enough room or enough time to track it down. Definitely not one of the pressing time trial puzzles like we've seen with some of the others like this. And seed 311 is a very short walk away from here, or glide, I guess I should say, and a set of fairy lights that you need to track down. So a really nice, easy seed 311 from there. Seed number 312 is a magnesis puzzle. We haven't seen one of these in just a minute, and this is the only magnesis puzzle of today's video. You just need to walk the block from the top of one structure and plant it on the side of the other, and that will be more than enough to get you the seed from this spot. Seed number 313 is a lone rock atop a mountain, and this is the first one that we're seeing of this caliber in today's video, but if you've watched any of the previous installments, you are very well familiar with exactly what we've got to do as soon as we claim the prize from this location, and that's give our buddy here a concussion, trying to give him some more cover. Seed number 314 was a lot of fun. It was a short glide from the past mountain peak and a drop into the Ring of Lilies. Now, you don't have to drop into it from that high, but it was a fun little thing that we were able to attempt from there. Seed 315 is up on a ridge just shy of that pond we just jumped into, where we've got to pluck some apples off of the branches of this tree. And just like one of the previous apple puzzles that we saw, this one requires a very precise movement to get the one apple to remain in its proper spot. And in order to do so, I recommend the other ones you can grab from basically ground level. But to get that last one, you want to climb up into the nest of the branches and jump out in the direction of the final apple in order to complete the pattern and gain the puzzle from there. Now, just a short skip away from that set of apples, there is another lily pad ring that we have to jump into, and unfortunately, this ring was not a clean drop like the previous one, but you can course correct in there to still grab the seed. It just wasn't as satisfying as some of the other lily pad rings that we've jumped into. But all hope is not lost, because for seed 317, we've got a archery puzzle, and this is one of my favorites. So far of the balloon ones that we've seen, because it's not only cool looking, but it also requires very minimal adjustment. There's 5 balloons, and they all rotate in a set pattern and go to the exact same spot. So with 5 shots, you can grab all 5 balloons and unlock the puzzle from this position. And I really, really like the organization that went into that one. We got another set of lily pads that we've got to drop into, so make sure that you do so from the top of that spire to make your life as easy as possible. And there is a metal chest there in the background that houses 10 additional arrows, which you'll want for the next puzzle that we're taking on. And that is the archery ring puzzle, which you don't have to do on foot. In fact, it's probably a little quicker, if not more desirable, if you do on horseback. But I haven't captured a horse that I've registered my name. I don't plan to in this run. And I didn't want to go find one because I was already here. So we do make our way around and shoot the 10 different targets, pick up some nightshade and a hardy radish there in the forest as we run away from our would-be captors there. And then, because I didn't want to waste another arrow, we just pull out a bomb and use that to detonate the balloon, and that is a very efficient way of finishing out that trial and picking the Korok seed from this spot. Now, seed number 320 is the final seed of today's video, and it's a pretty simple rock underneath the magnesis door, so just pick that up, move it to the side, and grab the seed from the little guy hanging out underneath there. Now, this area is pretty dangerous, so we do want to make sure that we give him any protection he may need, and he's pretty well hidden back behind that rock. But that is going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, again, please feel free to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe as you haven't already. We will see you with a brand new video again tomorrow, and until then, thanks for watching, and you have yourself a fantastic rest of your day.